Hello and welcome back to the Cove with more Talented. Well, we're in for a little surprise today. Instead of going for the Mastery level 25, I was having a bit of a look through the game and I realised we have been ignoring a whole heap of challenges. And on top of that, they come with some very, very nice little rewards. So I feel like that's probably a reasonable thing to go for. We'll go ahead and see if we can find out what some of these rewards do for us. I believe that there is potential that there could be some extra abilities or rewards that we are unable to find in the game until we unlock them. So we're going to go ahead and try and do that today. So first things first, we're going to start with the archer. I think we'll work through some of these and we'll see just how long they go for. So as a nice little difference, we have arrows go around, enemies go down. Your basic attacks always fire orbital arrows. Enemy movement speed is reduced by 20% and your starting ability is replaced with hail of arrows. And then enemies wave size is increased by 1 and 75% of orbital arrows are removed at the end of the night. So something a little bit different. I'm not sure how that's going to look, but yeah, I figured before we start going for our final mastery of level 25, we should see if we can unlock some extra bonuses to make that a little bit more viable. So here we go. We're going to try this out. I don't know whether this is going to be a good call or a bad one, but we're going to find out sooner than later. Alright, and of course, orbital arrows. We do not have much in the way of control here. We just need to make sure that everything we do helps defend us. Okay, so this is a little bit peculiar. We're definitely going to need to increase our rate of fire if we're going to have any hope of dealing with our enemies. We can somewhat control what's nearby, but again, even then, that's more than a little bit more difficult. So we'll see what we can do. Alright, so what have we got? 6 talent points, Crawlies now appear. Okay, and apparently we still have the good old talent tree. So, first things first, let's go for some experience gain. Let's go for attack speed. That's going to be highly critical. We'll also go for some damage or restore random abilities or a charmed weapon. I think what we will go for is a little bit of extra damage, and then maybe we pick up some... Let's see, maybe we go for some critical and some health. Yeah, we'll see if we can unlock some of these early. We might come back for that extra attack speed. We also have invoked weapon for additional arrows for 2 seconds after using an ability, and a gumball machine. So yeah, we'll see if that's possible. Alright, so as everything orbits us, let's go ahead and let's just get as many arrows floating around as possible. It doesn't really matter how we get them, as long as we've got arrows in the air, they will do damage. And yeah, I guess ability uses like this will be particularly useful, as that'll help us get a few more arrows on the field sooner than later, and just make it a little bit safer for us. Yeah, okay, so no more enemies are spawning in for night 2, and now we are going to lose 75% of the arrows that remain at the end of the night, which is unfortunate, but at least we're starting with more than last time, so that's good. 6 talent points, enemies could become elite, that's fine. We'll go ahead and collect this energy collector for a store to store up some more uses. We'll pick up the XP as well, and then, you know, I'm very tempted to get this just for the extra bonuses. We could go for some more attack speed as well. That would use up the final 3. And you know what? I think for sheer safety, let's collect a little bit of extra health and a little bit of extra attack speed there. Yeah, I think that's going to be useful. We've got the experience boost, so that should be good. Yeah, okay, well, you know what? This is actually a rather nice change. Had I have realised we had these challenges, I honestly thought they were going to be a quick one and done. I didn't realise that they were modified runs, otherwise we would have tested some of these out a lot earlier. And who knows, maybe that could have even provided a little bit more content for our runs. But either way, we're not done yet, so we'll do a few of these and see what we can do. But either way, let's see if we can make it through tonight. We've got plenty of arrows circling us, so we're fairly safe here. This also might change some of our talent trees as to what we really want to use. I believe there is one talent package that gives us a nice bonus to having what is it, orbiting arrows, so boosting that could be very nice. But either way, so 7 talent points will have to be good enough. Let's go ahead and make our way up over here. Spark Quiver seems good. We'll pick up the extra attack speed, and then basic attacks fire an additional arrow. Again, that is really nice, but I think what could be ideal is some extra experience. Yeah, we seem to be fairly safe right now, so we'll collect that. And then let's also go ahead and increase... let's increase our health for now, so we can pick up the extra damage further down the track. Yeah, I think that it's going to be a decent path forward. Yeah, okay, well, we'll see how we can do. Let's go ahead and fire off our ability just to make sure that we have as many arrows in circulation as possible. Anything else we need to really worry about? Probably not. We should probably be collecting up a gumball at some point during the night as well, so that should help us increase the amount of defense that we have. Yeah, it looks like we've got a fairly solid circle, so that's not bad. We'll be able to fire off our ability as soon as we collect a second charge, or at least another charge. So that'll be good. And then other than that, yeah, it looks like everything's panning out rather nicely for now. Yeah, now I don't know if any of our abilities that we picked up from our regular runs still are included, but yeah, we'll have to see. Alright, 6 more talent points. Again, nothing too crazy. Let's pick up the damage prematurely. Let's also go ahead and pick up the invoked weapon. And then I think we go for the gumball collector. For attack speed, yeah, I think that's going to be a nice little boost. Alright, so we've got that. We can then also make our way towards... the barricade could be good. The frost trap could be nice. We've got extra damage. We've got a couple of good options. Oh, and even more damage over there. Oh, well, you know what? Not much can really be done. We'll just have to see what we can do. Alright. Well, at least everything's on cooldown. Yeah, I'm trying to think. At this stage, I'm not sure if this is going to be a huge benefit one way or the other. I believe, hang on a second, if we press... what is the button? I believe, is it... I cannot quite remember, but I thought there was a button that we might be able to speed up our time multiplier. We should probably do that for some of these early ones, as it's not like it's particularly skill-based at this point, but it's still worth doing just in case. Alright, come on, let's just get some more arrows floating around. Alright, so 6 more talent points, Warges will appear. There is a... Oh! Our music even speeds up. Okay, you know, let's go to 1.5 time for now. And we will collect... I think we work our way up over here. There's also another sanguine bounty for some healing. I think that's not a bad plan. Also got a lollipop for huge amounts of experience. Yeah, let's go ahead and collect all of these. And then, yeah, we'll see what we can do. Alright, so we're already attacking. We'll go ahead and get that cooldown going. So everything should go just a slight bit faster. Yeah, alright, so that's not bad. And then we can almost use our other ability again. I think we're dealing pretty decent damage. We've got 7 points of damage for each attack, which is quite solid. Yeah, there's no such thing as a missed shot. So, yeah, anything that just gets close gets walloped. Alright. Well, that worked out pretty good. 6 more talent points. Let's go ahead and burn through them. We could go ahead and pick up another energy collector for an extra chance, and I think that's going to have some nice long-term benefits. So we'll pick that up. There's also a blast quiver which we could go for, and you know what? I think that actually could be worth it. We get some extra XP, some extra health, a few things that are rather decent, so we'll try that out. Alright, well either way, let's start attacking and getting more shots into the air. And I guess we'll just see how this all plays out. Yeah. Alright, so let's see. Another energy use, that's good. That energy collector is already paying off. Getting more and more defenses. In almost 5 seconds we can go ahead and fire that off again. Yep, and now we're just trying to preserve as many arrows as possible for the next night. Huh. Okay. 7 talent points, nights go for 5 seconds longer, no big concerns there. We could go for the blast quiver, but I think we'll go... I think we try and work our way towards that lollipop just for the early XP. That's going to be probably one of the best things. Pick up some range, so that'll be our first thing for tomorrow night. And then... let's see, do we want to go ahead and add in... we could go for more damage. There's no experience left for us to really collect. Nothing that's particularly easy to acquire. You know what? Let's make our way... we'll pick this up and who knows, maybe that could be worth something. If we feel like we need the extra damage, we can back up for that, but until we get there, I think we just sit with the slightly faster speed of things. So far, so good. We could definitely do with a few more abilities. Yeah, but we'll see how that all goes. I don't know if we have to worry about any of our mastery issues in this challenge. I will assume that it's still to night 20 because that does make the most amount of sense. But we could definitely do with improving our cooldown for our talents. Looks like we're collecting enough of those energy collectors that we're not really able to maximize much else. Yeah, alright. Well, 6 talent points we'll have to do. Let's see. Let's go ahead and pick up that lollipop. Let's go ahead and see Stim Pack. Let's see. Fully restoring your health, granting 1 attack damage until the end of night. We don't need that just yet. We've got some extra damage over here. We've also got a barricade potentially, blast quivers. Actually, no, maybe the blast quiver, some attack speed, critical. We've got 4 more points, either that or... there's still an experience boost. That's a spark quiver. Oh, you know what? That's an extra attack. You know what? We'll have to go ahead and collect that this time round. Yeah, that takes us to extra damage, opens up the enchanted weapon for attack speed for using our abilities. Yeah, okay. I'm happy with this. Alright, let's just go ahead and get as many arrows circling once again. I will say though, the game definitely sounds a little bit different with the increased speed of things. And I suppose a little bit of a higher pace isn't the worst. And there is our first lollipop as well. More batteries than what we know what to do with, so we're going to get maxed out on our usage here. We'll see what we can do. Who knows? Hopefully some of the enemies move remarkably slow so we can at least fire off 1 more of our talents. See if we can boost up the amount of arrows, but I doubt that that's going to happen. Yep, there we go. Unlucky. Nights are 5 seconds longer, 6 talent points we'll have to do. Let's go ahead and pick up that enchanted weapon. We also want... no, let's leave that damage for now. We'll go... maybe we pick up the Stim Pack just so we have something. Either that or... another blast quiver wouldn't be the worst. You know what? We can get that in 4, so you know what? We may as well. There's some extra XP on the table. And that'll take us around to the other enchanted weapon and enjoy some of the extra benefits. Alright, so everything's off and firing. So far so good. Level 10, nothing too bad. The nights are definitely going to get a little bit more hectic because we've picked up a few more of the dread modifier, so slowing us down is not exactly the greatest. Let's see, our range is at 3.8 as well, so I suppose that's a, yeah, kind of here or there. We did finally collect another battery so we can fire off some more homing missiles, sorry, orbiting missiles. I feel like we've pretty much done everything we can. We can fire off our final ability use, so that'll at least grant us a couple more arrows. And that's night 10 down. So 5 talent points, skull orbs will appear and additional enemies each wave. Let's go ahead and go for the enchanted weapon so we can pick up a greater amount of arrows. Let's go ahead and... We want experience. We really want to buff that up if at all possible. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and pick up this extra heart for now. That way we can pick up the damage, the extra XP, bounties for extra damage. Just sort of try and preserve as much of our arrows as possible, doing more damage each hit. I think that seems the most reasonable thought. Alright, those skull bobs, yeah, not too much of an issue. We are getting a few more elites popping on up. I think we should be okay. Yeah. Alright, so... we'll quickly fire off our next ones, see if we can get some more arrows to float around. We've got just under 10 seconds before we can fire off the last one. It's all going to depend on how fast these last couple of enemies spawn in, depending on... will change how many arrows we've got. But either way, we're doing pretty decent. 8 talent points is the best we've done so far. Nights are again another 5 seconds longer, and each wave has an additional enemy. Alright, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and pick up that XP. Let's go ahead and... oh, you know what? Maybe we go for some more. I really want some more experience points. And then with the 3 points left over... you know what? I do want another ability, but I think going up this way will be the cheaper way of doing it. So we'll select the extra range. I suppose we go for the extra range for now. Yeah, that'll have to be as good as it can be. Just under 4 tiles is nothing too short of decent, so that'll be good. That means anything above or below us should fairly well be taken care of. And then it's just a matter of waiting for our cooldowns to disappear. Yeah, okay, so... you know what? One thing that would be particularly good is if we could unlock the queens. If they decide to spawn on in and they start spawning in some extra flies, that could be very beneficial for us, giving us extra enemies to attack if our range isn't too great. And realistically, it doesn't matter if our range is huge or not, because it's not like any of our shots are going to miss. They're just either used or they're not as they orbit us. Yeah, so you know what? Maybe we stop looking at range. We'll keep a nice dense circle of defense, and we'll try and increase the rate of fire. But either way, 11 talent points, that's what we were after. Dread goes for 5 seconds longer, and more enemy chance to become elite. Let's go ahead and pick up that ability to increase our rate of fire. Grindstone is good for dealing extra critical and damage. Aimbot's not really necessary. It's a bit of a wasted thing, but hey. Still not seeing any talent packages, so I'm assuming that's just not going to be a thing. Well then, if that is the case, let's just go for maybe some more attack speed? Or maybe, oh, where is some experience? I really want more experience. You know what, maybe there's... oh, you know what, here we go. That's not bad. That also opens us up to more damage. There is also a 3-hit mechanic for double damage. Yeah, no guarantees there, but that could be good. We also have more experience up over there, an enchanted weapon. Okay, so let's go... one here. We'll pick up that critical, and then I think Yeah, enchanted weapons probably going to be one of the best things for us for now. Either that or maybe we just collect some of the damage. You know, let's collect some of this extra damage. That should be a good thing for us. Again, preserving as many of our arrows into the next night. Making sure we have a solid supply. And then... you know what? Maybe we just go for extra critical chance. Yeah, oh, actually, you know what? Maybe knockback. Yeah, keeping them on the other side of... both of which could be pretty good. You know what? We'll go for the knockback. Go for something a little bit different. We've got plenty of uses of our abilities, so we'll go ahead and fire them off. Both of them at the same time, so that increases our damage for the night. We've already collected one of our, what do we call them? Batteries, so that's good. Yeah, look at this. All of these extra arrows floating around is doing very, very nicely. I'm sure it won't be long until we collect at least one more battery. There we are, we'll fire that off again. Increase our rate of fire for a few seconds after using that, and then we still have plenty of the others, so I'm feeling fairly confident with this. I would be very surprised if things do not go very well for us. Yeah. The more of these that we carry over, the better. We're doing 12 damage per arrow, which is quite devastating, so realistically, I'm sure we will be, yeah, we will be quite safe. Alright, 11 talent points. Each wave has an additional enemy, and they go for 5 seconds longer each night. We'll go ahead and then pick up that damage, so we never forget it. We'll also go ahead and collect... Back up over here, we'll go for the experience. We'll pick up a few enchanted weapon bonuses. And then... oh, you know what? Maybe that 3-hit mechanic wouldn't be bad. Brutal bounty, killing 15 enemies grants 3 bonus attack damage for 5 seconds? I don't think that's a particularly bad idea. Yeah, you know what, we'll go ahead and collect. In fact, we'll even pick up that extra damage along the way and some critical. Yeah, and then we'll go ahead and pick up that XP. We'll just see how it all plays out, but I'm fairly happy with whatever it is. Go ahead and fire off everything. Plenty of arrows circling is always a wonderful sight to see. A couple more quiver abilities wouldn't be a bad idea. We'll go ahead and continue to protect ourselves with a multitude of arrows. We'll use up whatever abilities we can. Again, more batteries are always handy. You know, at this point, yeah, we really just want the ability to use our talents far more frequently. We're collecting enough of the batteries for us to have good use of things. We just want as many as possible. Alright, so another 20 odd seconds. Well, I'm feeling rather comfortable, really. Yeah, and if anything gets close, it's, yeah, gonna get minced awfully fast. Alright, 11 more talent points, enemies have more health and have more chance to become elite. Let's go ahead and we will collect the XP gain, our new little epic for the 3-hit mechanic, and then, you know what, we could almost do with a new talent here. So a barricade wouldn't be bad. Could also go ahead and potentially use frost traps, and in fact that cooldown's fairly minimal. Yeah, maybe we could go ahead and start working on some frost traps. Yeah, I think that seems good. Let's go ahead and pick up some knockback and critical to select that. That should be good. Again, we're trying to minimize the range, as range is somewhat redundant. It's not whether we can really do damage with our abilities or not. So we just really want to be making sure that we're able to fire off as many things as possible. We've got a couple of traps for safety measures just in case. But so far so good. We'll fire off all of these. It does look like our arrows are remarkably powerful. Yeah, and then we just have to wait for the enough of the batteries to come on in that we can keep everything circling. Yeah, look at that. 13 damage. That is excellent. Again, every third arrow doing triple is very, very nice. Again, it's just this attack speed that we really are after. And, yeah, just waiting on collecting more batteries. Yeah, look at that. That is fantastic. Let's see. Go ahead and add a few more. And there we go. 56 damage on that pumpkin is absolutely absurd. 15 nuts have been survived, 9 talent points, and queens now appear. Okay, excellent. So let's move on and up. Let's collect... you know, let's just work our way up over here. Better attack speed. Oh, that's a dead end. Well, then I guess we may as well take the experience. Oh, and maybe not an entirely dead end. And then there's also a shrink ray. Ooh, that shrink ray is always pretty good. You know what? We'll go ahead and collect that, and even that extra gumball machine. Yeah, increasing our attack speed till the end of night. That's, oh, wait a second. That's going to be rather convoluted. I think we're going to have to work our way around. Oh well, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and start planting our arrows into orbit. Again, I doubt that any of these traps are going to do anything. We have a whirlwind of chaos, so I think we'll be safe. Yeah. Alright, so... if by some miracle they can actually get close enough to make use of that gap in our little circle there, good luck to them, but I think we're fairly happy. We do just need maybe a couple of more of those batteries. Hopefully we can collect some. Okay, and there's our first queen, so it doesn't look like she's out of range for us. She spawned in a few enemies, and then we could, yeah, take care of her as she gets there. Yeah, it looks like we're doing a pretty good job. Yeah, we're just waiting on that cooldown. Okay, 11 talent points. Enemies have more health and more likely to be elite. 11 talent points is not too bad. Let's go ahead and collect. Let's use the knockback. We'll work our way up over here. We have the arc reactor. The ability in your first slot gains unlimited charges. Ooh, and you know what? We could probably tweak that around a little bit so we could get some nice little bonuses. Okay, we'll go ahead and select this. We'll get the XP. We'll work our way up over there. We have to get the range. And then do we go for the shrink ray? I see no reason not to, and we can collect it this time round, so that's what we're going to do. And then we'll pick up the damage tomorrow. Actually, 2 of the damages. We'll pick up the spark, quiver, and maybe work our way towards that arc reactor. That'll be rather nice indeed. Alright, so let's go ahead and fire off our abilities. Make sure that we have them all on cooldown. Shrink all of them. It does duplicate our enemies as well, so using that shrink ray is not a bad plan for us. That should give us a good number of enemies to deal with. Go ahead and deal with them. Looks like we've maxed out our traps, so that's a little unfortunate. Let's go ahead and shrink all of them. Yeah, and it looks like our range is increased just enough to be able to take care of those queens. So they're not going to be able to spawn in any extra enemies. Bit disappointing, but you know what? It is what it is. Can't do much about that. Alright, so... Night 17, almost over and done with. Yep, there we have it. Alright, 12 talent points. Enemies receive less knockback and night goes for longer. We'll go ahead and collect that extra damage. We'll go ahead and work our way up over here. We need too many points, so let's go ahead and collect that XP instead. And then... 2, 3, we could collect that. Yeah, you know what, we will. We can pick that up tomorrow, and then with our extra point, let's select extra attack speed. I think that's not a bad plan. Bring that down, make it a little bit safer for us. Not that we're particularly in danger, but you never know. Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and shrink all of you. We'll go ahead and Well, I guess we just wait for the cooldown. I wonder if all the challenges are going to be this easy. Surely not, but you never know. But I guess we'll have to figure that out. Let's see. Nothing else for us to really worry about? No. Again, Whirlwind is absolutely ridiculous. For some reason, our circle is covering more of the north alley than the others. I don't know why that's the case. I'll see if maybe it's a directional thing of where we're shooting decides as to where that kind of orbit goes. But I'm not really sure. Yeah, I think that's just kind of picking that again. It doesn't really make a huge difference as to the orbit. At the end of the day, we've got more than enough to defend ourselves. 12 talent points. Let's go ahead and collect that arc reactor and XP gain. Let's also boost up our charmed weapon and then our spark quiver. Let's go for more critical and attack speed. Oh, more charges. Seems decent. Yeah, oh, you know what? There is some extra experience for us down here. Unfortunately, it is somewhat out of the way. You know, let's go for the critical. That's fun. We'll work our way there. Oh, and there is even a ring. Maybe we do try and collect all of those. But either way, we'll do what we can. We should be fine. Again, and unless for some reason they can muster an almighty army with some crazy modifiers, I don't think we have anything to be concerned about. So we'll just quickly shrink some of those enemies, make sure that we get as many kills as possible. You know, try and boost up our combo as fast as we can. And then let's shrink all of the pumpkins. Now, I don't know if every enemy deals equal damage or not, but, equal experience or not, but I'm fairly sure that they do. I'm just trying to think whether, actually, you know what, there's not much we can really pick and choose as to which enemies we attack in this one, so I guess it just is what it is. Yeah, alright, well, that should do, and that's it. Alright, so up to night 20, 10 talent points, enemies have more movement speed, and there's one more of them. Let's go ahead and see what we can collect. That's a dead end. We need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're out of luck. Oh, that's a pity. Alright, well, you know what? We'll make do with what we've got. Let's select... Do we go for the energy collector? No reason not to. And then... I don't know, we'll just go ahead and select all of those. That should be fine. We're on to the final night. That extra 1.5 times speed is definitely saving us a bit of time. But I gotta say, that intro to our boss music is definitely a sound alright. I wonder if we can fix that in the settings, because I don't know, it just feels a little too thrashy for an 8-bit soundtrack. I don't know. Either way, we'll I'll figure that out between things. But either way, let's see. So far, plenty of uses. Yeah, I think this is a fairly simple challenge. A little bit odd, but something a bit different. Who knows? Maybe there's still another couple of nights and we're not aware of that. You never can be sure. Alright, so either way, lots of queens, skelebobs. Oh, that's right, we have unlimited uses of our first ability thanks to the reactor. Yeah, that arc reactor that we collected is very powerful. I could see that helping us out in any given run of any mastery level, let alone max ones, so... yeah, that could end up being remarkably powerful. But either way, I think that's about it. That should just be our final enemy, and we made it through. Okay, so there's a victory. we've completed our very first challenge. Chainsaw, I guess I can understand that. It is just like the little barb spinning around time and time again. Massacre has been unlocked, which is a nice little boost. And, well, I guess we'll see if that has much of an effect. But I think we'll come back with another challenge in the next one. So if you do want to see that, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content. And I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning in to the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.